Joining us now by phone is American Farm Bureau Market Intelligence Director John Newton. Thanks for joining us, John. And let's start with a recap of the latest cattle on feed report and the number of head placed in feedlots in November.
Yeah, well, the most recent report really confirmed what we've been seeing through all of 2017. We've seen cattle on feed expand for 22 out of the last 24 months, and this most recent report showed that cattle on feed were about 11.5 million head. That's up 8% over prior year levels. That's above what the average trade had. The trade estimate was for an increase of 7%, again indicating this is the highest level of cattle on feed that we've had since the drought year of 2012. And I think what's happening, a lot of cattle are coming off wheat and moving into feedlots due to that strong retail demand.
All right, let's talk about the marketing aspect of all this. Talk about the marketing of fed cattle during the month of November specifically.
Well, marketings of fed cattle during November, it was 1.84 million head. That was up 3% from prior year levels, but the volume of fed cattle marketed, fed cattle sent to slaughter, was at a record high November volume since USDA first began reporting the data in 1996, again confirming that the strong retail demand has led to the pull-through of cattle.
Wow. And consumers, we've got to wonder, are they going to keep up that appetite as we move into 2018, as we round out this year? Can you give us a recap of 2017 beef production and what we might expect going into 2018?
Well, you're exactly right. The consumer's really driving a lot of this. And USDA, in their most recent World Ag Supply and Demand estimates, came out and said that U.S. meat consumption per capita in 2018 is going to expand to about 2 pounds per person to about 59 pounds a year. 2017 beef production was up about 4% from last year. And going into 2018, USDA has beef production projected to increase about 5%. And if we realize that production volume, it would be a record high U.S. beef production volume.
Okay, and do you think then we can see a little bit of optimism down the road for cattle producers?
Well, I certainly think that, one of the things to look at in 2018 is just how competitive the meat case is going to be. USDA has beef production up 5%. They've got poultry production up 2%. Pork production is also expected to increase 5%. Combined, all three of these categories are going to be at record high levels. So it's going to be very competitive among the meats on the consumer's plate going into 2018. And I think just the production volume that we've seen will limit some of the upside price potential in these categories.
And then when you factor in trade as well, it may be looking good for cattle producers in 2018.
Well, yeah, trade, USDA does project exports to increase slightly next year. And again, I think at these prices that we have in the market, it does provide an opportunity to move these products into those overseas markets. So trade is critically important in the livestock sector, especially going into 2018. All
right. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. We know you're busy. AFBF Market Intelligence Director John Newton, thanks for